By that time the dog reaches the house, the dog will be here. The dog will travel full distance. Now when Avinash travels 1/3 the distance, the dog will travel 2/3. So the remaining is 45 here. 1/3 of 45 is 15. Avinash travels for 15 minutes and the dog reaches the house. No, the dog comes from here and it meets here. So 45 plus 15. After this they meet for the first time. So now here it is 60. They meet here for the first time and again they start traveling in this distance, this direction, both of them. So 30, the remaining distance is 30 minutes and they travel for 15. Avinash will be here and the dog will be here. And the remaining is 15 and they travel 1/3 the distance again, so 5 and they meet here for the same. So the total is 8.
Fantastic. So, got the solution? So, when the dog reaches the house, Avinash has traveled half of the distance, so that's 45. They'll meet at 1/3 of the distance more, so 45 plus 15. Then again, the same process is repeated in the second iteration. In the second iteration, you get 15 and 5. Total is 80 minutes. Right? Now, do you want to look at a 5-second solution to this problem? Okay, how many of you think this problem can be solved in 5 seconds? Okay, so let's again try to look at what the problem is. So Avinash and dog, they start from here, they reach their home, the dog reaches the home and comes back and meets Avinash somewhere here. Right? Now, suppose the distance is d. Okay, and suppose that Avinash travels. Suppose Avinash travels the distance x, right? So Avinash has traveled x, the dog has traveled 2x. The total distance traveled is 3x, right? Now if you look at this diagram and add up the distance between the distances traveled by each of them, can you see that this distance will be twice d just from the diagram? Clear? This is the distance traveled by Avinash plus this plus this. This gives 2d, which means x is 2d by 3. Right? So when they have met, Avinash has traveled 2/3 of the whole distance, which means he has traveled for 60 minutes. Right? Now for the second meeting, the problem is exactly the same, except now the remaining distance is 30 minutes. Right? So in this case, they will meet when Avinash has traveled 2/3 of this, which is 20 minutes. Right? So they meet after 60 plus 20, 80 minutes. Right? Now in this approach, even if you were asked to find the 10th time when they meet, you will be able to find it very easily. Right? Now you can see for yourself that every meeting takes place at 2/3 of the remaining time. Right? So that gives you the 4th golden principle of the CAT launch, that mathematical problems don't require any mathematics. Clear? So now we have seen 4 problems, right? And we have seen how all those 4 problems could have been solved in seconds if you use a slightly different approach of thinking than we normally do. Right? Now at this point of time, I will give you the solutions of all the 4 problems. I want you to go through them in detail, right? And just compare this solution with what you were trying to do earlier. Okay? And that is the basis for the next part of our discussion. Right? Those of you who joined us late, if you have any doubts understanding the solution, you can ask any of my teammates here. Clear?